Good morning, students. Today we will be reading the chapter Political Party. Political party is a group of like-minded people who come together to contest election and form government. So this will be the definition of political party. Political party is a group of like-minded people who come together to contest election and form government. There are three components of political party. First, leaders. Second, active members, and third, followers. So these are the three components of political party. So political party, group of like-minded people come together to contest election, form government, to hold the political power of the country. There are three components of political parties: leaders, active member, and followers. Clear? Now, what are the functions of political parties? In functions of political party, first function, contest election. This is the very first function of a political party, that party has to contest election. If it is a group of like-minded people and not contesting election, it may be a pressure group, but not a political party if it is not contesting election. Then it put forward policies and programs. So put forward policies and program is also a function of political party. Third, form and run government. Political party form the government and run the government if they are voted to power. If they are not able to form government, if they are not able to get majority, then role of opposition. Then it play a very important role in law making also. Although directly political parties do not make laws, but indirectly political parties are only making, because when in legislature it is said that the ruling party has put a bill which need to be passed. All the members member of parliament of the ruling party will support that bill. So indirectly they are helping in making laws. So law making is also a part of political party. Clear? The other functions of political party, they shape the public opinion by raising the issues related to public. If they are facing any problem, ordinary public, so they will raise those issues. So they shape the public opinion, try to get more and more votes and support. Then access to government machinery and welfare scheme. Government is launching many welfare schemes. These political leaders, with the help of local leaders, help in accessing the by which ordinary people can get access to those welfare schemes. So somehow the local leaders are helping. So these are the functions of political parties. Now, just imagine a situation if in a country all the candidates contesting election are independent. That means there is no political party. Suppose if we take example of Rajasthan, if all the 200 MLAs of Rajasthan are independent, then what will be the problem? Or you can take example of as a nation as a whole. What problems can be there? First, it will be very difficult to form government. And if government is formed, its utility will remain uncertain. Because now when all the candidates are independent, first, they cannot make any promise for major policy change. Because for changing policy, they need a majority. When bill has to be passed, and if bill has to be passed, that means they require majority. But every candidate is independent, then how the person can get majority? So this can be one problem. Government can be formed. Somehow they can manage to form the government. But the utility will not be there. The government, what the government will do if they cannot make change in the policies? Third problem, the associate, they will be accountable to their own constituency. The one who is contesting election from Jaipur will be responsibly accountable to the people of Jaipur, not the nation as a whole. So these are the main problems. Yeah. So these are the main problems which will be faced. First, they cannot make any major promise of major policy change. If we will change this policy or that policy, they cannot make such promises. The utility of the government will remain uncertain if they cannot make policy or change policies. Then representatives will be accountable to their own constituency, not to the whole nation. So these will be the major problems if all the candidates in election are contesting independently without political party. Clear? Now, political parties and representative democracy. We in India are having a representative democracy. And now all over the world, the democracy is a representative democracy, except for few parts of Switzerland, etc. It is said that they are having a direct democracy kind of thing. But all over the world, now it is representative democracy. And political parties are very essential for representative democracy. First, because as the society becomes large, we need representative democracy. And we need an agency to gather different views. Like for a country like India, the views on a particular subject may be different for people of suppose Rajasthan or in Tamil Nadu or Arunachal Pradesh. The views can be different. So we need certain agencies to gather these views and present in front of government. The people of this state think in this way or that state think in that way. So we need certain agencies. So that's why we need political parties. Then to bring representatives together, all the MPs in parliament of a political parties, a political party supporting is in government, has made the government. So to support any particular bill of government, the party will be together. Like presently, if the NDA government is presenting any bill, all the members of NDA, National Democratic Alliance, should be together. Then only the bill can be passed. Or if they want to oppose, like the main opposition UPA, all the member of parliament of UPA should oppose that bill. Then only it can be like prevented. The UPA can prevent that bill to be passed. So such a work can be done by political party. If all the candidates are independent, one is supporting, other is opposing, it will become very difficult to pass any bill. That means to support government or oppose government. So mechanism to support or restrain, that is oppose government. Now next is the party system, types of party system. There can be three types of party system. First, one party system. Second can be two-party system. And third is multi-party system. One party system, like in China, there is only one political party, Communist Party, the Chinese Communist Party. But this is actually not a democracy. One party system cannot be considered a perfect, proper democracy. Two party system, minimum requirement for democracy is at least two political parties should be there. Like example, USA, Britain, United Kingdom, they are having two party. There can be more than two party, but chances of winning election is with two parties only. So this is two party system where there are two major political parties. Multi-party system, best example, India, there is no limit, कोई भी party. So multi-party system India, new political parties are formed, like Aam Aadmi Party was formed, and in the very first election they formed the government. So India is an example of multi-party system, and to a certain extent the constitution or government should not determine the party system that there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 parties only. It is upon the need. With time and need, the party system automatically develop. Initially, there was one major political party in India, then gradually two parties developed, and now there is multi-party system. So it is the people who are developing the party system according to the need. With time, the party system can change. Next is the political parties can be classified as a national party as well as a regional party, state party. Election Commission of India register all the political party are registered by Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India treat all the political parties equally. But these regional national parties, they are having a specific symbol. Like National Party will have its policy similar in all the parts of the country. It will not be different. The political symbol will be the same. Now, to be recognized as a national political party, the condition required, it should get 6% votes in election, Lok Sabha election. Lok Sabha election, or 6% votes in the assembly election. Assembly election means for the MLA state level. In the assembly election of 4 states, and at least 4 seats in Lok Sabha, then the party is recognized as a national party. 6% vote in Lok Sabha election or 6% vote in the assembly election of 4 states and 4 seats in Lok Sabha. Then that party is recognized as a national party. For regional party, it is quite easy. It requires 6% votes in the assembly election of that state. If a party want to get recognition in Rajasthan, so in the assembly election of Rajasthan, it should get 6% votes. And 2 seats in the assembly. So these are the minimum requirement for a political party to be recognized as a national party or a regional party. A regional party will have its own benefit. It will have the same policy all over the state. Regional parties are now becoming very important because of the coalition government. In center, the government is coalition government, so it needs the support of the regional parties. Like NDA is ruling with the help of suppose Akali Dal of Punjab. So they are also having proper representation. It is having support of Janata Dal United from Bihar. So like UPA, it was having support from DMK of Tamil Nadu when Manmohan Singh ji the Prime Minister. That time DMK was supporting from Tamil Nadu. So the ideas of DMK could be seen in the policies made by Manmohan Singh ji. Regional party has made our parliament more diverse. Now they are having variety of ideas in the parliament. So coalition government are considered good for federalism. Clear? Now next is the major national parties. First is All India Trinamool Congress. All India Trinamool Congress. Political symbol is somewhat like this. The small leaves are there. Trinamool छोटी पत्तियों के साथ पौधा है. This party was formed in 1998. 1st January 1998, the party was formed in West Bengal. So this is the formation year. Then in 2011, it has formed government in West Bengal. West Bengal में government बना ली. Mamata Banerjee, popular leader of the party. In 2016, they got recognition as a national party. In 2014 election, around 3.84% votes it got. So Trinamool Congress got recognition of a national party. Second party, alphabetically if we go, Bahujan Samaj Party. It is like Trinamool Congress is having a base in West Bengal, Tripura, that is northeastern state. Bahujan Samaj Party is having a strong base in Uttar Pradesh. Mayawati ji, popular leader of Bahujan Samaj Party. This party was formed in 1984. Founder member Kanshiram. And now Mayawati is the supremo of Bahujan Samaj Party. Bahujan Samaj Party give more says the Bahujan means the Dalits, minorities, the religious group, etc., which are in minority, the tribals, backwards, and they say that they comprises of the Bahujan, and inspired by the ideas of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Jyotiba Phule, Sau Maharaj. So they are considered as the guiding ideology. B.R. Ambedkar, Jyotiba Phule. Then third is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party was formed in 1980s. In 1980, it was formed by the erstwhile Bharatiya Jansangh. Bharatiya Jansangh was a political party. Shama Prasad Mukherjee in 1951 it was formed. So from Bharatiya Jansangh they have revived as Bharatiya Janata Party in 1980. Initially they had very small hold, especially and that hold was in mainly the urban areas of north and northwestern India, Rajasthan, MP, Gujarat, etc. It was having Uttar Pradesh, but gradually the base started increasing. First Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the Prime Minister. Then from till 2004 Atalji ruled, and now from 2014 continue. Still, this is 2020 and 6 years. So, Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party, the basic ideology, if we say, is complete integration of Jammu and Kashmir, which happened last year. It was transformed into Union Territory, and there was one popular Ek Vidhan, Ek Nishan. So now that complete integration of Jammu and Kashmir. Uniform Civil Code. This is also part of their ideology. Uniform Civil Code. So these are some ideological features of Bharatiya Janata Party. Next, Communist Party of India, formed in 1925. Before independence, this party was formed and had ruled in West Bengal for more than 30 years. West Bengal was politically called Lal Killa. The symbol is in red color. So, because यहाँ पर तो कम्युनिस्टों का, it is a fort of communists. So, Communist Party formed in 1925 had a split in 1964, and after the split, one more party was formed, CPI-M. After Indo-China War, this split was there. They believe in the ideology of Karl Marx and Lenin. Believe in parliamentary democracy, secularism, and are deadly against the communalism. Communalism, that means on the basis of religion, when there are differences, politics done on the basis of religion. So they oppose that communal ideology. Believe in the idea of Karl Marx, Lenin, that is socialism. In 9th class we have read Russian Revolution. So all those ideas inspired Communist Party of India and are having a strong base in West Bengal, Kerala, Tripura. So these are the states where they are having a very strong hold. Next, CPI-M is also having similar ideology. Karl Marx, Lenin, they have inspired the ideas. Next is Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress, popularly which we call Congress. So Indian National Congress was formed in 1885. One of the oldest political party of the world, not only in India, it is one of the oldest political party of the world. India, definitely it is. Then it is a centrist party. Centrist party means which is neither like having any inclination towards left front, neither a right wing party. These are the two political terms. One is which is supporting communism, other capitalism. So right wing generally capitalism. So they are centrist. They are not much inclined towards any of the ideology. Believe in secularism. The driving force when India is secularism, so they believe in secularism also. This party has ruled continuously from independence till 1977. First election 1951 was the year of first election. Till 1977 continuously they had ruled. Then again from 1980 they ruled, and from 2004 to 14 continuously for 10 years here also they had ruled. But after 1990s etc. the share has declined gradually. So Congress, then next is Nationalist Congress Party, NCP, Nationalist Congress Party. This party was formed in 1999. Congress is having a base all over the country. It is not that it is present here and here, it is not that. Less or more, it is present all over the country. Nationalist Congress Party, 1999 it was formed by a split in Congress. There was a split, the time popular leader was there, presently also Sharad Pawar. So during his period, and the split was on the question that the top position, major position of the country, Prime Minister, President, etc., should be reserved for naturally Indian born citizens. That means those who are born in India should only get this position. On this issue there was some split, and otherwise most of the ideology they are having the same. Social justice and secularism, these are the common. Political symbols also from book you should learn it. There can be a question. There is probability that a question can be asked that what is the symbol of this political party. In NCERT book it is given. So symbols also, and regional parties also, one map is given, and that also is quite important. Now next is challenges to political party. So that in the second part of the video will do.